Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and here I'm speaking as the leader of the opposition team under the motion, this House prefers the strategy of pushing for institutional reform to address police abuse and misconduct rather than defunding the police. Yes, we agree with the opposite of the House goal about the security of society, but here I have 3 rebuttals for the government. First, we have right of security, that the opposite of the House said about right of security. Yes, we need the right of the security, and that's both of our goals. But we think the current police status quo or the current police condition cannot achieve the security. Because police right now are too powerful and because they're militarizing themselves. So their weapons, their equipment are like military. And it's not to protect the society. And we think for us, for the society, they will feel more or less secure. Less secure. And we think the opposite of the House said about the reforming many ways in the institution. Yes, it's already happening. And it's not effective at all. Because police, they feel they're too powerful, and then in the end of the day, they do excessive movements and they can do everything they want because they feel they're so too much powerful, too military, and they are facilitated with the weapons. And the second, the principle of proportionality. The opposite of the House said it's an individual guilt. We think it's wrong, and I'll explain it later on my argument. And the third is the harm. He said that defunding will counterproductive for our movement, the BLM, Black Lives Movement, but we think it's a normal consequences for our movement, and it's okay to push back because we want to build the atmosphere within the society to debate and discuss about this matter. We want to create the atmosphere so we can do conversation with the society. And we as the opposition team, we want to defund the police, and we also want to reallocate the funding. And it will be explained later in my arguments. So here I have one argument with 3 layers. And my second argument will talk about the further analysis and the harm and benefit. So the first, why defunding is justified. So my first layer is, we believe it's an institutional guilt. Institution of police is a semi-military. So we think of the perpetrators is wrong. It's also the commandos and the standard of operating system is wrong. Because semi-military SOP are having commandos and chief and supervisor. So every people who wants to be a police, who enter the institution, will be trained and processed in the institution. And if they do something wrong in the end of the day, we should blame the training itself. We should blame the process itself. So what's wrong in the field, we should blame the training. And who decided the training and how the training is working, how the training is, how they train is the decision of the institution. And such as the principle like shoot first, ask later concept. It's given in the training. It's given when they are in the process to be a police. And it happens in the George Floyd and many cases around. And the second, we have a bias training, which means like we differ the race from the probability of doing crimes, such as because the population and the population of United States are white, but in the jail the percentage of people who are doing crime are mostly black. So the police are being trained by black are more likely to do crimes. So we think it's really a biased concept of here. So my second layer of argument is empowering movement by clashing with the society. So we think by defunding, we are empowering our movement. We are empowering our movement. Why? Because we make a movement, and then because we make a movement, and then we can do a clash or a debate and discussion with the society, and we don't need them to agree with us, but at least when we already do a clash with them, it can make it to be a national scale of conversation. And then this will be appear on many media, this will have a media exposure, YouTube, news and stuffs, and this will raise awareness and attention from the society itself, from the general society, and then they will sometimes providing a solution, they will give their point of view, and then we have many various ideas, and then we're mixing into one, and we find the best solution, and we think it will empower our movement as Black Lives Movements. And also at the end of the day, for the president campaign in 2020, this will be affecting for the president who bring this problem into their campaign, because it's beneficial for them to take this problem into their campaign. So the third layer, what we want to defund is not the human source, but is for the equipment. Yes, because the military of the police, they have an expensive weapon, they have an expensive maintenance of the weapon itself, and we think it's a waste. So we can either reallocate the fund to the other institution to have a better way of preventive way, which as for mental care and education, which we believe that we think it's a significant way to improving security also, like what our goal already said. And we think from this proposal is the most effective way to reach the goal, the both side of the house, that is the goal is for the security of society. So from this proposal, I oppose. Thank you.